Yes,
I want you guys to believe. Don't just listen to me. Feel me in your soul. Believe you can win. Believe you can win.
Future sense for the people to be fit. Yeah. Speaking financial literacy. Let's educate our young people. Yeah. For the people to be fit, SB Financial. Siobhan Bowman in the mix, you see she really out here. Building futures brick by brick, it's time to elevate, time to innovate, time to educate. Let's go. Dreams is on the rise, no fear, no quit. For the people to be fit, you know we legit. For the people to be fit, you know we legit. Listen up right here, let me tell it. We're laying foundations, solid as a steel. In a world where the grind and the hustle is real. From the gym to the boardroom, we're shaping the scene. Where fitness and insurance boosting everyone's dream. Families rise, businesses is thriving, and communities where all the strongest shall survive. It's more than just policies, it's life that we design. Every rep, every plan is the future we align. We're building legacies, securing all the bag. Fitness and finance, no time to lag. For the people, by the people, we stayin' fit. Insurance got our back, that's how we equip. Young minds tuned in, listen up. This knowledge right here, gon' fill your cup. Ain't just about muscle, it's in the mindset. Insurance in the mix, we protect and invest. From the class to the office, we setting the tone. Business owners rising, now they feel at home. In this ecosystem, we all playing the role. Fitness and finance, both feeding the soul. We're building legacies, securing all the bag. Fitness and finance, no time to lag. For the people, by the people, we stayin' fit. Insurance got our back, that's how we equip. Dreams is on the rise, no fear, no quit. For the people to be fit, you know we legit. For the people to be fit, you know we legit. Hop on right here, no time to chill.
Oh, you got a whole lot.
Hey, family. I am super excited. Y'all know what today is. Today is Wealth and Wellness Wednesday with your girl. I am Siobhan Bowman. I am super excited. So let me make sure I lay down the laws of the land just in case you may be brand new here, right? So we got Instagram up there. We got Facebook right here. We can just look right here. Y'all will feel our vibe, right? If y'all want to come over, go over to Facebook as well. But I got to make sure I bring the platform on Instagram as well. So listen, I'm super excited. But if you are new to this show, right, this platform, I need you to understand some things, right? We do not judge, all right? So if my mouth absolutely slip up and say or stutter, or if hers, listen, we do not judge. That's what we don't do. Secondly is we are very transparent. We keep it real here, right? At the end of the day, we want to make sure that if our story can touch you in any kind of way, that it touch you and it reach you, and you can actually go out and reach somebody else. The purpose of me doing this and having people come on is because I want other people to see who they can relate with, because you're not in this world alone when you go through tough times or you think about different questions or whatever the case may be. So without further ado, I have a beautiful guest here. So I'm going to ask her to come on and introduce herself, to share a little bit about what she loves, what she's doing, what she's into, so you all can get to know who she is. Y'all, this is a queen here, baby. Yes, y'all better plug up. Y'all better pull up, because the girl is smart. I'm trying to tell you, S-M-A-R-T. And I ain't talking about that measurement, attainable. No, I'm talking about smart. All right. So without further ado, Miss Ramonda, could you please come on and share with the lovely people who you are?
All right. What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Ramonda, with the DR in front. Coming by way of my sister here, Miss Bowman here, inviting me to be a part of her platform, which I'm overwhelmingly excited about. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me. So let me give you a little intro of who I am and whom's I am. I'm an educator. I love educating. That's first and foremost. I'm a health and wellness practitioner. I specialize in gut health, I have a mobile wellness spa service that I do home visits with, which is that convenience. You know, people like that convenience.
Yes.
Convenience. I help, and what my goal is that I do is I introduce you from the inside out. I introduce you, like my shirts say, hey, wellness is real, but I introduce you from the inside out. How many people actually ever been introduced to themselves from the inside out?
So can you paint a picture what that looks like? What does the inside out looks like if you was talking to someone that was brand new and they wanted to say, how do you help me from the inside out?
Well, starting off with like, what are you dealing with mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? And what have you ever been introduced to where your abdomens are actually located? Your abdomens and where your organs are located. Have anybody ever told you? Because we have a tendency to identify the wrong organs of our body. When you go to the doctor, first thing you say, oh, my stomach hurt. Well, first foremost, that's not your stomach. So when you're educating people, I'm educating you how your blood flow. What happens when the blood doesn't flow? I educate people when they got acid reflux, or they got GERD, or they got all this inflammation, or they got constipation. Migraines, headaches, all these things. That's sickness and diseases that afflicts our body.
So in educating them, are you providing them with home remedies, things to take, things to do better, exercises? Like, what does that look like?
They're getting the whole package. Okay. And when we're doing our consultation, I would like to know, like, always be open. Don't be ashamed to express what you're dealing with, because a lot of times our emotions will make us sick. You see, and so when they're coming in and we do a consultation, so I ask them, they fill out, of course, the paperwork, and then we get into the conversation is based on how can I help you.
And when they say when you ask them how can you help them, if a person responds, like, give me an example of when a person has had a tremendous need, right? But was stubborn. Like, how do you handle people like that? Like, how do you help them overcome? And what did that look like for them? Did they go forward with it? Did they stop? Like, what did that look like?
Well, the thing I asked them, I said, do you love you? And how do you love you? Do you love you with life, or do you love you with death?
Wow. So what does that look like?
So that looks like either how I treat myself. I'm my environment is toxic. I'm putting toxicity things in my body. I'm punishing myself with things that I know that is not what my body needs to have. As opposed to me being understanding of what my digestive system here, what my organs need, what type of blood am I flowing through my body? How am I breathing? How my lungs? What's my heart dealing with? What am I thinking? How am I thinking? Because these two have a relationship.
Yes.
That gut,
your health, your brain and your gut.
The brain gut connection is real.
Yes.
So it's like I have this gut feeling. Well, what is your gut telling you?
Right. Well, when you just spoke about, putting things of toxins and chemicals, I speak about that a lot because, we were a part of a company, right? R2 still, with wellness, and we promote the importance of no chemicals and no toxins. Speak to the fact of, like, my daughter just literally came in here and was like, Mommy, can I go to CVS and go get me some toothpaste? I was like, what kind of toothpaste do you need? And of course she said the C. I was like, girl, like, so Doc over here was like, oh Lord, what's she doing? I was like, girl, I be trying to tell her, like, these children, folks just sometimes don't want to listen until they have to listen at the end of the day. Right. And the whole purpose of me coming on is to hope that, you keep seeing me over and over talking about wellness and talking about wealth, then maybe you'll jump on board and you want to, go on this journey with us so that you can evolve and you can elevate as well. But back to my daughter, she told her mix some peroxide and mix some baking soda. And because my daughter was talking about she wanted to whiten her teeth. And she also, because I knew this too, was speaking about the importance of fluoride, having fluoride in your toothpaste. And she said that when it gets to your brain, of course it's a chemical, it messes up. But we don't know that. We just, but the doctor the dentist go put fluoride on our mouth. We go put fluoride on, no. So what she just gave to my daughter, I want to ask her, why does she think it's so important for us to eliminate as many toxins as possible? Besides destroying our our organs and things like that. Are there any other reasons why we should eliminate as many toxins that we are in control of buying ourselves?
In school, we have a science class, remember, in science, and we had chemistry.
Okay.
So they say, don't put this chemical with that chemical because this is what would happen.
Right.
When you put this chemical with that chemical, this is what would happen.
I like
but if
that.
you put all these chemicals together, this is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at the things that are made in the environment that are being created, they're being created with what? Chemicals. So if you already know this chemical is not good, why are you mixing it with that one and then you putting it in here?
I like that a lot.
So if you already know that alcohol, soda are chemicals and acid.
I don't drink alcohol. I drink soda. But yeah.
But the acid itself makes your body very acidic.
Yeah.
Which is like open up a womb and just go ahead and just let your acid just dig into the hole.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you, I can't sugarcoat it.
And we're not. But
because that's why we're in the position we're in today, because so many things have been sugarcoated.
Yeah.
In our culture, in our society, you know, as we talked about earlier, about put it in a book.
People don't go get it.
They ain't gonna go read it.
Yeah.
You know, so I have to not sugarcoat it, and they can't handle the sugarcoat because they be like, oh, she got an attitude, she's so raw, you know, but I have to explain it to you so you can understand it, so you can gravitate to it, because it's facts.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna love you like you, but if you don't know how to love you, how you gonna love somebody else?
Yeah. No, it
goes back to you end up feeding them the chemicals we just finished talking about, and you wonder why they got mental health out here so high, because they're giving you antidotes like sugar. You know, they give you all this sugar. They giving you all this, you know, these lotions with all these fragrances inside of it, and not realizing when you touch your skin, it automatically absorbs right into your blood.
Yeah, immediately. And you know, so parents, so listen, y'all just heard me talk about my daughter, and y'all heard her talk about me, right? So I always look at it, it's always room for us to improve, right? Everybody can improve, because there's nobody walking this earth perfect. So I'm not, my drinking soda is just as bad as my daughter using the toothpaste at the end of the day. So it's a matter of us making adjustments as best as we can. One day I foresee, and I don't drink sodas like that. I drink a root beer when I don't have anything and I'm really thirsty, but I know that it's bad for me. But it's my hope that one day I can actually get off of that. Like, it's my hope that my daughter can get off too. But the thing about my child, no shade, I have my wellness products in here. She don't got to go buy. She don't have no Pepsis in here, and I don't drink that. But anyway, but I digress. I'm sorry.
But the thing is, even though they know it, some people don't realize it. They don't think it can happen to them until it happens.
Yeah, no, that's real.
This is the pride of people. Our culture is so prideful. Oh, nothing can happen to me. And within the month of January, I've known 8 people to leave this earth just in January.
Wow.
Just this
because of health issues.
Because of health issues.
Brings me to one of my questions. How does maintaining good health impact life insurance premiums when you are not in a good state? Like, what is the steps that individuals can do to have better health?
Well, be mindful of your intake. A lot of us, we have mineral deficiency. That's just the nature of life. We all have mineral deficiency. If you're not digesting properly, your body's not absorbing properly, not going to eliminate properly. So where do you think all that waste is going? If you have a piece of bread or food and put it on the counter and let it sit there for months and years at a time, what do you think is going to happen to it?
Mold.
And what do you think is doing inside here?
So you will say that, like, because y'all know we do both, right? We do wellness and we also do life insurance. So sometimes I digress and I ask her different questions or whatever the case may be. So in essence, if our body is going mold and it's time for us to go and try to get some type of life insurance, those premiums are going to be skyrocket high, right? And or it's going to be to the point where you're uninsurable in some respect. But as it relates to, I want to go back real quick to the wealth before we get off of that real quick. When you were speaking about the no chemicals and the no toxins or the no toxins, we both was a part of our wellness company. Tell me something that you enjoyed when you was purchasing from the wellness company. Like, what is a product that you like and why did you like it?
What did I like? What did I like?
What have been?
What did I like? Let me tell you, because I had so much. Okay. I liked because what I did, I had the electrolytes. I had those in my office because I used the cleaning products in my office. I used it in my office to clean the products. I did it for soaking my modules, for disinfecting. I had the wipes. You know, I had the wipes and everything. And I was giving them out to gifts for convenience for my seniors. So they would have, so they can have something to wipe down the counters, or when they go out to eat or something, they can wipe off the table. So I like the wipes. I gave them all wipes and stuff like that. I gave them also the hand wipes. They had the little jars of the hand sanitizer. I did a bus trip to Martha's Vineyard, and I provided my bus with everything from
the wellness company.
Right.
That's what's up.
And so they gift bag had, and the men had the cologne.
Okay.
The brown cologne, I can't remember what the name of it is, but they had the soap, the all-in-one soap with the soap, shampoo, body wash all in one.
Okay.
They loved it.
That's what's up.
Right. And so they had that. And then I also had given them what else? I got blenders. I gave them portable blenders. Some of them were portable blenders. I gave them monitors, ozone monitors to monitor their oxygen levels. But I gave the Cerebella.
Nice.
The little samples. I gave the women different colors in them. And so, and they were like, what is this? This smells good and it's nice. I said, yeah, but it don't have chemicals.
That's what's up.
You see?
That's a win. That's definitely a win. So y'all heard her. She speaks and helps with a lot of citizens, senior citizens. So that's a part of one of her businesses. So if you had to promote yourself and ask people if they had senior citizens in the home and they're in need of your services, how can they contact you? How can they find you?
Well, my service for everybody.
Oh, okay.
Everybody. It ain't just about the seniors.
Everybody.
I teach senior wellness.
All right.
That was one of my district government contracts I had, that I did a program called Active Living Every Day, which is I taught them about movement.
Okay.
But in an every day, I teach every day because my goal is to educate the masses, because it starts from a generation. So at the same time, I'm teaching them about why it's important to move, why it's important to stay hydrated. You see, not cold water, but room temperature water. I drink hot water. You know, that's my morning drink. I don't drink sodas.
Yeah,
I'm not an alcohol drinker.
Stop staring at me like that.
So my grandma thing was, my grandma used to say, and I eat from the garden. Grandma was a gardener. Okay. So I'm used to eating right from the garden as well. So my palate was already there as well. So most people have certain situations because of habits. Yeah. Habits, and they always say,
habits.
But their problem is they say, it runs in the family. No, it don't run in the family. You run to the table from generation to generation doing the same thing and eating the same thing. That's how it becomes a generational curse.
Right. But do you believe that it could stop with any one person?
Oh my God. Oh, most definitely.
One person,
most definitely. Stop? Most definitely. But you got to be ready to make that decision, because we shouldn't have to wait till we get almost dang near sick or dang near dead to want to make that decision. I know many people, for example, in my own testimony, in my own family, my immediate family, literally, I lost every last 3 of them back to back. You know, and because of their health. Because of their health. Well, my brother was in a major car accident, but again, he got the V and passed the next day. You know what the V is, right?
That's COVID? Oh,
he didn't have COVID. No, he got vaccinated.
Oh God, jeez.
And yeah, he died the next day.
Okay.
And so then my mom had pneumonia, and they tried to treat her for COVID. So, and she died 7 months exact day from him. 7 months exact day from him. He's February 18th, and my mom was September 18th.
Wow.
So my mom
condolences first.
Oh, girl, let me tell you, God is good, because it's 3 of them.
Right.
So, but my mom had inflammation.
Well, how did you help her with the inflammation and all?
No, you gotta want to help.
You gotta want.
You gotta want it.
She gotta want it.
You gotta want it.
So that's the same thing for my father as well, right?
You gotta want it. Yeah. My dad is still here.
Yeah,
I still take care of my dad. I took him. But let me tell you, with my sister, who was my sister, went a year later from sepsis, which is pulling of the blood. When your body goes into a sepsis shock because so much chemicals and toxins in your body. Right. That's why it's so important to detox. That's why I teach them about detoxing. When I do the home visits or they come to the office, when I do the colonics, I do open system colonics, which is known as the Libby, Libbe, Libby open system, very non-invasive. That gets to the root cause of the problem, which is right in your gut. You see? So I do the foot baths. We clean all the toxins through the sweat glands of your feet. I do the ear can. I do reflexology massage. You see, I stimulate the gut. I do all these all these things that help person, but you gotta want it. I was offering family member. I'm like, hey, I got you. over their head.
Yeah, why is that though? When we talk about the human connection, right? Why is it that when we talking to our family and our friends, whether it's about wellness, whether it's about wealth, like just being, just being in a better position, why is it, do you think so much of it goes over people's head? Let me ask you the question. Do you think it's because they used to know who you were, not who you are today? Or do you think it is that they don't want to see you advance? That's my hope that it's not.
That could be all of the above.
Or do you think it is they just don't want to make the time? Like, which one do you think is more like of the people that we care about?
Let me tell you, when I would get calls when they're almost dead.
See,
the thing is, interesting part about it, I'm teaching and educating globally. I was on Dr. Oz. I did my Dr. Oz show. I used to have a radio show on WL called Internal Love Radio, right? I used to do news channel with my mentor, Glenn Harris. He did sports talk, I did health talk. He would bring me, I'm globally on television, educating people. And people, and I had workshops, and they would
and
come.
Your family.
And the
family still went, my God.
They would rather look at you and laugh at you as opposed to saying, you know what, that makes sense. Let me try that.
Yeah.
But because they feel like they don't even realize what you do, because some people assume that you just sit around home and just twirling your fingers. They don't realize I pick up a book. They don't realize I go to class. Well, one thing about when I took all the education that I have and received, one of the things I asked God was, I don't want no bills after I'm finished.
Amen.
I want all my classes and everything to be debt-free when I finish. So most people are still in debt. I asked God, I don't want no debt. And I am debt-free from all my education to this day.
Come on.
You see?
Yes,
so when I got my doctrine, what God provided, this is another thing where people didn't understand when the DR came in front of that. It was that I had already put my work in.
Yeah.
You see, I put my time in.
Yeah.
Because when you got to put that kind of work in, people assume that I don't go ahead and do no surgeries. I let people know I'm not a surgeon.
Yeah.
But I can bring reality back to you called life. I teach you how to introduce you, but love your life. So when you're looking at how you level them to that point, it's like, hey, what's important to you? What are your goals to wellness?
Yeah.
And they were like, well, I'm like, what are your goals to wellness? Are you that person that wants to be sick? Or are you tired of being sick and tired of being sick, or sick and tired of being sick? Which one are you? And so a lot of times people don't think it can happen. When my dad wasn't feeling well, that's because he was over medicating himself and wasn't drinking enough fluids. My dad didn't need it, right? I took him off of it. I took him to his doctor and said, I took my dad off of this because his body was not receiving. She's like, oh my God, how are you was able to do that? I said, I took full responsibility of taking my dad off of it because I needed to reset his system. Once I reset his system and got him hydrated, we took to the doctor. She said, oh, your numbers are great. You must have been taking that. He said, no, I haven't taken any of that.
That's crazy. That's beautiful and crazy all at the same. So that brings me to another point, is that sometimes we go to doctors, right? And like I always say, too, no disrespect to doctors. Thank y'all for being here, right?
Thank you.
But at the end of the day, a doctor only knows the specialty that the doctor is specializing in. At the end of the day, like you can too understand your body better through holistic measures, through wellness, right? Through different methods that will allow you to be able to recover just as well as you going to a doctor. Because I look at that God created the earth with all these plants, all these herbs, and all these different things for it to heal our body.
But I got some of them. I got some of them come to me.
You was that plant herbalists?
No, the doctors.
The doctors.
Let me tell you what happened.
Okay, go ahead, tell me.
Let me tell you, I have some of my friends that are doctors, right? Doctors. I had some come to me, and they was in the office one day, and people was coming in. She said, let me tell you, they told her, let me say, I have learned more sitting in her office than I did when I was taking my studies to become a doctor.
That's dope. That's super dope. So listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now, y'all need to go follow her. She's tagged on Siobhan Bowman's page. All right. I don't know how to do it on this face thing right here, but she's Dr. Ramonda, and she is definitely someone you want to connect with. I feel like if you have gut issues, if you have inflammation, if you have problems understanding your body, nutrition, whatever the case may be. Matter of fact, I was just sitting up here thinking, like, for my clients to come to me, I think it should be a partnership. I think that my clients need to see you first. to understand who they are, and then understand their body, understand it works, because it always works from inside out. Once you get it inside out and you understand, at least have a consultation with you. And then afterwards, you send them my way so I can work their body out. Because
I'm gonna be one of them. So we're gonna show them how to work together.
Yes.
Because I'll be 59 this year.
Amen.
Bless God.
Yes, God. Yeah. Yes,
so I'm
God.
thanking God for that season. But
yes.
But at the same time, you have to be a product of the message.
Yes.
I always say be a product of your message. So how can we help folks if we're not doing it for ourselves?
Amen. I agree. So was your struggle working out?
No, because I have a bike in my house as well.
You work out, so you do work out.
Yeah, when I work out.
Okay, look, your little hesitation there. So listen, I want to do a deep dive transition real quick, because you also are into the field of wealth with me, right? Right. We explore different opportunities. One that we are exploring right now is I'm currently a licensed insurance agent, and you're up and coming to be a licensed insurance agent. Yes. Why are you interested in this? Like, what piqued your interest to even want to inquire?
My heart for people is that's why I got into wellness, because one of the things I asked God was, how can I help your people? I want to be that person that they come to that got truth, knows somebody had their best interest. A lot of people haven't got people that have their best interest. So we got people that say, oh, come and do this insurance. I want you to do this, but they never break it down to you to explain to you. They want you to sign up, but they never get to the depths of it. Mm-hmm. And I want to be that person to say, let me tell you the reason why universal is important. Let me tell you why IULs are important. And so when you add those things together to help the people, you understand longevity. Longevity is based on, don't let the information, because we perish, because the Bible says lack of knowledge as well as vision. So if I can bring the vision to the people and let them see the knowledge that come with it. You see? And so that's the thing. When the scripture talk about what we lack of, I'm like, come on, y'all, we ain't got to be a part of that.
Right, period. Yeah.
Because the mustard seed of faith is knowing that you can do all things through Christ.
Exactly.
You Amen. So absolutely. I just believe that being a health minister as well, and being able to take this level to take people to that part of saying, hey, look, tell me, what are your goals to wellness? That's the key. What is your goals to wellness? And how do you love you? Do you love you with life? Or do you love you with death? Because when I hear, I'm a word person, right? So when people say, oh, my diet, this, my diet, that. Oh, my diet, this, my diet, that. I said, what are the first 3 letters of that word?
Die.
And we use this word power, right? But at the same time, the more you use it, you're going that way. You're declining. But if I say, hey, let me introduce you to, here's the word death. Look at the word death. What's words inside of death?
What's words inside of death?
DEATH. DEATH. But look what's inside of EAT. So you eat yourself to death by the word what? DIE, with that pretty T hanging on the back of it.
Girl, when we do that.
So at the same time, I come along. I say, okay, I got you. Let me help you understand healthy. First 4 letters in healthy is heal. The last 3 is what? Die. Right?
Dope.
Life with what? Style. See, we like to dress it up.
Right.
But bring life with it, but heal that life with style.
That is cute.
So when you look at those things, and
I love
what
that.
these things represent.
Yes.
Instead of saying, if you interchanging your thinking or how you want to feel, it's how you think. If you feel like you got a pain, you can think your pain away.
Come on. I agree.
If you think about something enough, stop letting your emotions, the word, when they talk about the cancer things, that cancer is an emotional attack. You see, disease is an emotional attack. So when they say to you, and you go to the doctor and they say to you, you have, stage this and cancer this, your emotions is the first thing that get attacked. When your emotions get attacked, depends on what you're going through. Here is your emotional area here. What is the key thing that they focus on the most when they talk about cancer? Breast. So if you look at everything that lines up under the breast, grief, loneliness, you see, trauma, all that sits in here.
Right.
Emotion, all that sits up in here. So if your emotions are there, your cancer is going to trigger only what's in your emotions.
Nice.
Your emotions going to trigger what starts the cancer.
Right.
But cancer is about what? Critters. How you feed is how to grow.
Yeah.
So them parasites that lay freely, the word parasites is more for people because like, oh my God, I got bugs inside me. But cancer is a word that gives, they be like, oh, cancer is more easy. So we say the word cancer.
Mm-hmm.
But cancer is emotional attack on the mental state. Because now they want to call everybody and say, hey, I got cancer. And they said I got da-da-da-da. Now the emotions, you see? And now they got all these people with the emotions and frequencies and vibrations attacking their emotions.
Yeah.
So instead of them becoming vibrant, they become weaker because they got so many people that don't understand what your frequencies and vibrations need.
Right. Wow, that's dope. That's deep and
So you got to
dope.
be careful who you have around you when you're
Yeah.
sick. You got to be careful who you have around you when you're in the hospital. You got to be
True.
careful when you're in that process of resetting yourself because
Mhm.
everybody is not going to be in that reset moment or understand what it takes to reset. I tell people all the time, don't call that person when if anything happened to me, don't call none of them people.
Yeah, that part.
That part right there.
That part.
Don't call none of them.
So look, earlier you spoke about, 3 people in your family passing. Were they set for did they have the proper life insurance for themselves?
Let me tell you, that's another thing. That was another reason. Because at the end of the day, if it did, I was not aware of it. Because everything always so quiet and so secretive.
That's something y'all need to listen
You
up.
see? And so when you get to end, when you come to a situation like that, and you have a certain family member or siblings or whatever that wants to be controlling of everything, you're left out of majority of things, so you don't know what's going on because you got a family that's very secretive about everything. Mm-hmm. So when death come with them, I was not aware of anything because I was never included. Mm-mm. You see? So I refuse, and that's another reason why insurance is so important because I refuse to be a part of my child or my grandson and their children to be part of something that they're not left with anything at all. So if I leave here today tomorrow, I got to make sure that my longevity is taken care of. Nobody thought about that when it came down for us. Mm-hmm. Well, for me, I should say.
So before we get off, before we wrap up, can you tell me or tell us how did that make you feel? Like how does it feel to be left out, one, and how does it feel to the families to keep secrets, two, my last thing, and how does it feel for when if you had to, did your family have to ask you for money, like to be unprepared for the financial part?
Being the firstborn, I'm firstborn.
Wow.
I'm firstborn. So when you firstborn and you're not included, but always excluded, family rivalries. Mm-hmm. For what? I'm a person that sit back and observe. If you used to call me 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and say, Doc, what's going on? I'm not feeling well. I'm up. What's going on? You okay? We need to go anywhere. That's just me. Everybody don't have that same heart for people. Mm-hmm. So when they don't have that same heart for people and your family sitting there worrying about what they have and excluding you from the things that they do, mm-hmm. It does make you feel a certain type of way. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, God said, I got you.
Amen.
I've already prepared you for such a season as this. You see? So I didn't get emotional drainage. I didn't get emotional sickness. I didn't get any of those things. Mm-hmm. Right? Because in my season, God said, what I have for you is for you anyway. Mm-hmm. You see? Out of all of that they did, at the end of the day, nobody was alive to enjoy it. Mm-mm-mm. Nobody was allowed to enjoy it. And to think about it, knowing that you have a family that's left behind, you should have been considerate to say, let me make sure my granddaughter, if you don't want to give me nothing, that's fine. But let me make sure my granddaughter and my great-grandson are taken care of.
Yeah. And it's something about us as a people where we find that leaving a legacy is like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. And I don't get that. Like at the end of the day, a good man will leave something for his children's children, right? At the end of the day. And that's the mindset. We got to really change this cycle. We got to break the cycle. Like right now, if you are in a position where you only have a job, go get another opportunity or something to be able to provide for your loved ones. Like, it can start with you. It could be really, really simple. You just have to have a desire. You have to have a want to do that, right? Because at the end of the day, your job is just probably taking care of your household. But if you pick up something a little bit extra, it could probably expand. Now, what she just said is very, very real. Her feelings and her emotions are very real. So many people stay in the dark with their family. Like, we can't continue to stay in the dark. Like, at the end of the day, you need to be sitting down, having a conversation with the person who's going to be the beneficiary in your family. And you need to let them know where A, B, and C, D are located. You need to be putting it on a USB drive so that it'll be easily accessible to them. They need to have a clear understanding to know where to go get things. That's first. Second is, we have to figure out a way for our families in times like this to form unity, to form togetherness, to make sure that we can move forward, charge forward, and evolve. Right? Family and friends, no matter what it may be. Like, let's be open to wanting to see how we can actually help each other elevate in life, right? And move people forward. Like she said, they didn't have to give it to her, but choose to give it to your grandchildren. If you want to bypass your daughter for whatever reason that you may have, or your son, then look at the people that's after them, because you don't have no ill will, hopefully, with the grandchild or the great grandchild or whatever the case may be. Like, let's look for ways to forgive, right? Have the decency to want to forgive in life, so that we can move forward to love each other. Like, love is so powerful. Love is so joyful, but we have to want to do it with one another. I am super. I didn't even get to all my questions. But
part two.
Definitely part two. But I do have one more question for you. Being in insurance, there are a lot of misconceptions. What is one of the biggest misconceptions you think people have about insurance?
They don't know how important it is to be insured.
Okay. I would definitely take that. But I will also probably add to me is that I hear a lot of people saying, I got time. Right?
That we don't.
Yeah.
Because like I just said, I just 8 people within just the month of January that I know that are no longer here. And they live in best life. Now, this is another thing. And before you go, like I said, people used to say, well, where you located? Where you at? You know, when it come down for whatever service. Oh my God, you're so far. Oh my God. I got to take time. I got to look at my calendar. Oh, but wait a minute, hold on. But when the car maintenance light come on, the car maintenance light come on, the car said, oh, service needed. You take a day off. You go stand in the longest line ever. And for that service light. But when your service clock, tick, 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 that signals be coming all in your body, you prolong. You ain't got time. But when that car, the same thing I told people, I said, I have not seen a house ride behind a hearse. I have seen cars that you kept so fine and nice, clean, motor sparkling, the spark plugs, the gas is good because you used the high test premium, but you gave yourself low test. That thing took you to the cemetery and dropped you off and left you in there and came back out.
She over here dropping bombs.
I seen that happen. I seen the same car that you kept that maintenance up on, give it a good premium high test gas, but you give yourself that little low test.
Yes.
And that same car follow behind the hearse to drop you off and leave you there and come back out.
Listen.
On somebody else's place.
Listen, and on top of all of that, what she just said about how you just delayed reaction on yourself, right? And I just said time. That was my response. But I will say this. Like, first, my prayers go to everybody who has lost someone with all these plane crashes. That's first. But that's how easy it is. Now, hopefully I don't get no slack for this, but I'm being transparent, right? But I'm going to tell y'all how I truly feel about death. We can't escape it. What I don't like about death is tragedy. Like, I don't like how we have to die, right? But at the end of the day, I feel like if we went through a tragic accident, in my personal opinion, I feel like that was still going to be the day we were going to die. Because at the end of the day, my belief is that God has every date written. And we're not going to get away from that date. It ain't, we shouldn't have been here. They should have been doing this. It ain't any of that for me.
That's that dash that you're referring to.
It's not any of that for me. But what I would say to you is because we don't know the time, day, and the hour. Like, have all your affairs in order. Like, have them in order. Like, take care of your body up until that day, right? And have all your affairs in order. Like, if you don't have them in order and you're watching this right now, TikTok, baby. Like, get on your grind, get on your hustle, figure out what you about to do to make sure that your family is well taken care of. People are losing their jobs. People are getting laid off. People are not being able to report to their jobs. If you are at a private institution, it is at will. Most likely, right? Nowadays, can't you talk about your good, that part, right? You know what I'm talking about, because now that is in question. So what I would say to you is do due diligence. Have your affairs in order. If you only got insurance on your job, baby, get some insurance on yourself. Get something, because that's very, very important. Well, I'm super thankful. Give me a hug. I felt all the energy. I'm super excited that Ramonda came here and she was able to talk. I do want to have her back, y'all. She is DOPE. Okay, dope. So listen, I want you to be able to tell somebody how they find you, how they connect with you, if you have a location, a building, mobile service, whatever the case may be. Drop your handle so they can hear.
All right, so my handle is, again, I have the mobile piece, and that's my IG, my Instagram is Dr. Ramonda at Gut Health Educator. You'll see that my Facebook is, of course, my name, Ramonda Ings, Gut Health Expert, and then my YouTube. I'm even trying to get my YouTube. My YouTube is under my name, Dr. Ramonda Ings, as well. And so, but yeah, you can contact me through 301-485-9166. I am a speaker, a motivational speaker. I do travel and speak and educate the masses. I did the project for Prince George's County, right?
No, you did not.
And that's on our next conversation.
Okay, yes, indeed. Absolutely. Listen, y'all, I'm super excited. So I'm closing up right here. Of course, y'all, I want y'all to make sure y'all continue to follow Siobhan Bowman on For the People to Be Fit. That is. Well, no, these are some response. Some people I was just typing back to them. But that's the number 4, the people, the number 2, then it should be the word fit. That's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And also go follow Siobhan Bowman. Siobhan Bowman has transitioned to I am Siobhan Bowman, all things wealth and wellness. I am super, super excited. But before I go, I'm gonna bring to the stage really quickly here. Let me just go here.
Oh, and drramonda.com. I forgot that one too. drramonda.com is the website that they just finally put together.
drramonda.com. Okay, so make sure y'all put that in. Let me put that in the text group. Dr. ROMUNDA.com. DRROMUNDA.com. Got it in there. Okay, so that's our website too. So it's in the chat. So listen, I'm having a networking event and I'm super, super excited. You all, and this is for all women. Okay. So if you're on Instagram, you can go to Siobhan Bowman. That is SHAVONNEBOWMAN.com. And you can actually purchase your ticket if you are a woman in the DMV. We need all women to come out so we can at least help each other, pull each other up, encourage each other, see how we can negotiate, make each other win in all aspects of life, period. So if you can come out, the tickets are very, very inexpensive. They literally just to pay for the place. So I hope that you can come out and bring a friend. This is the code, which is right here, that we need you to go to. February the 10th, I am having a opportunities event. So that you want the Zoom link, you would go to Siobhan Bowman and you can just book an appointment, or you can call me at 240-563-9272. Again, that's 240-563-9272, so that I can give you the information for the Zoom link. I'm not going to put it here because it's kind of people out here in this world that do little different things, and I don't like that. But anyway, I'm super excited, y'all. It is a me and Ramonda night tonight on Wealth and Wellness Wednesday, and we slayed. I know she did. Yes. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Until then, you all have a beautiful evening. Good night.
Blessings.
All right. So play outro.